Are we there yet? Because there's a running bet. It's Rhyme and Reason 416.
There's a rhyme and reason for your life. There's a rhyme and reason why you're here.
Hey here, Tony there. Wait a minute. Are we there yet? Got that a little off, didn't I? Yeah, it's kind of on purpose for, kind of making a point. You ever heard that question, or maybe you've asked that question, Dad, are we there yet? Or Mom, are we there yet? The dreaded and yet predictable, are we there yet question. Maybe you remember as a kid, you or your brother or sister get bored on a long family trip, and inevitably somebody would want to know when it was all going to be over, right? Or maybe you've even been the parent who got that question from the kids. Either way, I've seen that are we there yet question starting to pop up in the news, kind of in different forms, but apparently there are lots of people out there who are getting bored hanging out with their families. Oh no, I gotta see these same faces again. They're wondering if this quarantine, this lockdown, this house arrest thing is almost over so they can get out of there, get on with the real life. Of course, no red-blooded American likes to be told how and when he or she can move around or not move around. But, when you take situations like this serious one we find ourselves in right now and you focus on solutions, it ain't so bad. For example, I've been using my extra staying home time to focus on building my private label products that I mentioned on my website, tonyfunderburk.com. And my goal is to have 10 to 12 finished products in 60 days. I'm in week 2, and the goal has been laid out in weeks. And I think, this is Wednesday, so Monday essentially started out week 2. So I'm in the 3rd day of the 2nd week. Wow, that's some amazingly brilliant calculations there. Let's see. And yeah, I'm looking at it. Yep, I've got, I think, pretty much 7 of those products in full production mode. So hot diggity for me. And this week, I hope to get the other 3 to 5 products going and get them ready for the next phase. And there are several phases, a few phases they have to go through. Now, some might say my private label products don't necessarily follow the guidelines of a product, air quotes around product, and they might be right. But then again, my products do fit the bill of unique, useful, and made for an existing market. And those are key things. If you have something that's just a copycat of something else, you might sell some. If you have something that's really not useful, you might sell something, probably not. But the key thing is you've got to have an existing market. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, there is an existing market for the products that I am working on. So since it's specialty work that I'm highly experienced in, by the way, you might call me an expert. In fact, I'm definitely calling myself an expert on that's what I am. So I'm going to be kicking it till it's kicking. Okay, but enough of that. Back to the news of the day, all right? Oh, no, not the boring news of the day. We're stuck here with our families, and he's giving us the boring news. No. Not going to go that route. I'll just finish up with this and say, even though we're not there yet, I'm hopeful we'll get better yet. And every challenge, every trial can push our lives a country mile. But where you go is up to you. So put your trust in you-know-who, and then you'll be so well-equipped when this disease is soundly whipped. And it will be. People don't want a disease hanging around killing. So people who are with the right brilliant minds are working on this. I guarantee that. And we live in a country where there's still enough freedom for a lot of that to be going so it can go fast. So fear not. We are in good hands. And even if you're not in good hands in the hands that are here on earth, I hope you're in the good hands of the good, one true, living, loving creator of all the universe. Because those hands will hold you forever if you will let him and you'll ask him to. If you haven't already. If you have, hallelujah. I'm going to be glad to talk with you, and we'll look back on all this when we're in heaven. And I don't know, possibly we won't even want to talk about it. That was the rough times. Let's talk about the good times here in heaven. Anyway, so that all being said, remember this is brought to you by TonyFunderburk.com. Go over to TonyFunderburk.com. Jump on the Rhyme and Reason bandwagon. I haven't mentioned that in a while. It's a little form on the right-hand side. All you need is your name and email. You'll get some music and a book. I think it's a book or two. I don't know. Anyway, you'll get some digital downloads, that words and music, right away, sent right to your inbox. And then you'll also get information. You'll get stuff, updates that I share coming to your inbox, and you'll know right away when there's a podcast. In case you're not actually subscribed to the podcast or don't have a podcast player, you'll be able to access it there. Okay, haven't mentioned that in a while, so I thought I'd better do that. And if you do get a chance and you're listening, I would love reviews. Even if you don't like this podcast, or you think, "Oh, this is the stupidest thing I ever heard," well, maybe I wouldn't want you to leave me a review. But the vast majority of people who are just going to be nice about it, I would appreciate it. And of course, all those 5-star, 10-star, 30-star reviews will help me in the iTunes rankings or wherever else you might find that you could leave a review. Anyway, to put it on a shorter note, it helps. It just really and truly does help. Thank you for anything you do, sharing this information with your friends and family. And until next time, remember, life has rhyme and reason because God made you.
There's a rhyme and